So I asked the question based on neuroscience, why would someone conflate anxiety and attraction? Like, what's going on here? Anxiety and attraction can feel similar because they activate many of the same physiological and neural systems. The brain doesn't label sensations, it interprets them after the body reacts. So it's an interpretation problem. Okay, that's why we're going to get to it in a second. I said that it's a introception problem, which is an interpretation problem. It's an internal, what emotion is this? An emotional maturity problem. It interprets them after the body reacts. When arousal is high, the brain can misattribute the source. Okay? Shared arousal circuitry. Both anxiety and romantic attraction activate the sympathetic nervous system, increased heart rate, sweaty palms, dilated pupils. Adrenaline release, heightened attention and vigilance. Something important is happening. The amygdala's role. It detects emotional salience, not just fear. It activates when something is threatening, novel, socially significant, reward relevant. So it activates for a lot of different reasons. So it activates in both anxiety and attraction. Dopamine and reward circuits, same thing. But when when the dopamine hit is extended, like there's a lot of work between it, then that signals that someone has self-control and they don't have an addiction. But the misattribution of arousal effect, classic psychology experiments show that when people experience psychological arousal, like fear from crossing a shaky bridge, exactly the thing that we just heard about, right? They are more likely to interpret it as romantic attraction if an attractive person is present. Okay, so here's the thing. Yes, they had a woman, probably she was attractive. I don't know. I didn't research it that much. The brain asks, my heart is racing. Well, why? And men have a much more fragile nervous system than women. They break easier. Okay, like that's designed for the protection. Women are designed to be the emotional center to process emotions. So that's why women's nervous systems are far more robust than men's nervous systems. Like a potential partner is nearby, it may conclude it must be attraction. Like there's only one thing, it has to be attraction. It can't be that she came out just to give information. Attraction, like one thing. Femininity hits, sex. That's an emotionally immature person. Insula and introception. The insula integrates body signals, heart rate, gut sensations with emotional interpretation. People who are less skilled at distinguishing internal states, lower introceptive clarity, are more likely to confuse anxiety with attraction, to confuse excitement with fear, to mislabel arousal states. Emotional granularity matters. This is emotional maturity. Okay. Attachment systems activation. If someone triggers attachment circuitry, oxytocin release, cortisol increase, heightened vigilance. This mix can feel intense and destabilizing. If someone grew up with unpredictable caregiving, attraction may be wired together with anxiety. The brain associates love with threat. Well, there it is. There's the hybristophilia. There's the woman on the whatever podcast. Unpredictable caretaking, meaning they had a traumatic childhood and they haven't healed yet. Okay. When we have a traumatic childhood, we prioritize attachment and we deprioritize individuation because individuation mandates that we're authentic. But when we're authentic in an unpredictable caregiving situation, that most oftentimes leads to abuse, physical, emotional, sexual. Stop expressing yourself. It's the expression of the child that becomes the problem and not the adult's immature emotional state and inability to remain calm and handle the situation like a grown-ass adult. But, and we have, over 50% of adults do not have a secure attachment to self. Between 40 and 60% of kids do not have a secure attachment to self, meaning they prioritize attachment and deprioritize authenticity or the individuation process. And when you individuate, you become a grown-ass adult. So uncertainty amplifies attraction. Uncertainty is feminine. Like, emotions are feminine and emotions are uncertain. Like women live in the moment. So this moment I feel this and that moment I feel that. And all of them are legitimate and valid emotions as long as, I'm expressing it at home and not taking my crap out on people. But they're all legitimate emotions. Neuroscience shows that intermittent reinforcement, inconsistent attention, activates reward systems more strongly than predictable attention. Oh. That unpredictability also triggers anxiety. So the brain can bond more strongly under mixed anxiety reward conditions if they were raised in an unpredictable caretaking environment.